Hello and welcome back to Crew 42's coverage of the 13th Annual Hamilton County Open. This is our Round 1 feature card back 10 at Dr. James A. Dillon Park. And joining me again on the commentator's mic, I have Sam Smigiel. How we doing?
Hey, happy to be here, man. Looking forward to the back 10. We are now out in the open.
That's right.
And we've got a lot of hazard to deal with.
Yeah, we're going to see if our card can stay clean. Right now, Kevin, Elijah, and Trevon setting a very good pace. 5 downs right where you want to be. You could probably be 6 or 7 if you stayed really extra clean and extra sharp, but they're setting a pace is exactly what you mentioned earlier, what you want to do. And hole 10, they have another chance at a birdie here, 275. What makes this hole tricky?
It's not too hard of a hole. I mean, if you're trying to keep the distance control, I know a lot of people are throwing kind of a nose-up putter shot, and you might stall out a little bit. But honestly, there wasn't that much wind, so the parking lot's not really in play.
Right.
It's
Kevin's putting it in play. He's throwing a spike hyzer.
I did not, and not inbounds.
Yeah.
Early. I did not think of that as an option.
He said he threw it quite a bit in practice, but it did not work out from there. He kind of shanked it a little too far right. And he's going to have to take it all the way back.
This is exactly what I'm expecting. Elijah slows down on a mid-range. A lot of people are throwing a putter or like a zone.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a lot of that, and really kind of surprised with what we're seeing so far. Let's see if Eddie can.
Oh no!
He grip locks that.
Needs to get off.
Might be a good branch. Come on.
It's going to knock him out of bounds as well. Yeah, there's not a lot of wind, but it's definitely giving our card some trouble right now.
Yeah, I maybe these guys are trying to throw a little bit more. Eddie definitely trying to throw a little more of a flex shot instead of straight.
And Kevin now having a long putt to come back for his bogey. He nearly goes OB deep again.
I mean, this is really not good for our card.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Trevon can't quite see the basket behind the sign. This is the mistake I saw people when they were warming up on this hole make, which is they're trying to do so much. So much touch with the slower disc.
Yeah.
That they fluff it. They don't even get their wrist involved at all. It kind of comes out early.
That's why I like that kind of stable putter play, because you can club up on it. You can really throw it firm.
Yep.
Can't throw it full power because the OB behind it does come into play. But Elijah luckily able to get the birdie there. And I bet he's feeling really good after that. Very surprised to see the rest of his card
struggle.
Get par and a couple bogeys.
That's definitely surprising. As we move over to probably one of the more difficult holes in the course, 446, par 3. The long grass in front of the basket is hazard. The parking lot's OB is left. There's also hazard really right off the tee pad, which is not in play. I think you'll see people take the hyzer around the big tree off the tee if you're trying to do the layup and just take a par. And if you're going for it, you're probably throwing something pretty stable. It has to be at least somewhat stable, right?
Yeah, somewhat stable. There's not too much wind, but you have to throw it pretty hard to get it there. So the last tree, once we turn around here, you see that last right tree kind of acts as like a right wall. So you have to kind of flip it up the whole way or throw something stable that's going to hyzer out, circle's edge, maybe 40 feet left. This looks a little bit better.
It's got a hyzer out, though.
Is that left or right? Yeah, it is. Wow.
And that's very close, but unfortunately going to stay in the hazard there for Kevin.
Chance for Eddie to kind of make a move on the card, and this needs to hit something. Or just do that. Just go over everything.
Throws over the longest part of the hazard. Not what we drew up, but at least
happy
still
with
safe.
That result.
Yeah, 100%. Now, I haven't really talked about the elephant in the room in the front 9 at all. We are in Indianapolis, and we have a full Indiana card. Big fan of showcasing some local talent. There's a lot of Michigan people here. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Is there any kind of competition that happens between the Michigan-Indiana pros?
Oh, I mean, we play against these guys every weekend, so we're seeing them, more than we see our own families. It seems like, and when we see an entire card of Indiana people, we're chasing them down.
Okay.
We want to get a couple Michigan guys on that card for round 2.
You like to steal the Indiana wins, huh?
Oh yeah.
See if any Michigan people show up in our future coverages. Now, also worth noting, we didn't have it on coverage particularly. Kevin, unfortunately, has a bit of a slip, like a weird step while walking up the hill, and has tweaked his back pretty badly, to the point where he leaning over is pretty painful for him. Mm-hmm. And he's a tough one. He's trying to play it out. He says it doesn't feel super painful while he's throwing, but walking in general, landing certain ways are very uncomfortable. So we're going to see if this impacts him in other parts of his game, but he's definitely taken a bit of a tumble physically that he didn't want to. And this is not the opportune time to do it, because hole 12, we talk about adding OB and having tight lines. This is the definition of it.
Yeah.
Hazard, long grass right in front of the basket, OB, river, creek, whatever on the left side. Is there a safe play, or do you just have to go for it?
You can play it to 30 feet right, or just park it like Elijah did. This is fantastic. Right where our catch cam is standing, I think that's a great place to aim for. That way, if you miss it 30 feet to the left, you're parked. But I heard a lot of people talking on this one, and going OB left, you're going to have a 20-foot putt for par. Right. So a lot of guys are just trying to park this and then taking whatever result that they get. This is a much more aggressive line with something flippier, though. That was a really good shot. Yeah, that's going to be kind of in that 25-foot range.
Is he going to get that disc back?
Might. I mean, there's a pretty deep creek there. It's not very wide, but it gets really deep.
It didn't rain this weekend, but it rained quite a bit in the week leading up to this weekend. So I think the water's pretty cloudy as well. And Eddie gets good distance on that one. He's basket high, but he is outside the circle.
Yeah, I think Eddie's shot it's a good shot to throw. See, Kevin, very similar shot, just a little shorter, and he's punished, and now he's got to kind of scramble for his par. Eddie, unfortunately, not able to get that putter going, and
it's
still
been
looking for that birdie on the back.
Struggling with that putter today. You can see Kevin kind of wincing right now. The back is giving him a little bit of trouble. Yeah, you can see there's some frustration from him. He's just struggling physically. If you experience something like that, at what point are you telling yourself, hey, this isn't worth powering through? He had a great front nine. He was 5 down. Mm-hmm. You're feeling good. Is it just you're trying to hold on to that momentum so you don't give it up? Or is it just the personality thing? Or at what point are you going to tell yourself, hey, this isn't worth injuring worse or anything like that? At what point you make that decision?
Yeah, it's different for every player, and I'm never going to tell anyone that they're wrong for how they want to handle it. Sure. I mean, every athlete's going to be different in their mentality and how they handle it. Really, you just have to assess what's worth it to you. Mm-hmm. Can you get through this and not hurt yourself more? Because we're not playing 5 tournaments a year. We're playing 30 plus tournaments a year. So what's it worth to you to continue fighting through one round, or 2 more rounds after this?
Right.
Kevin's going to give it a shot. He's might be throwing something a little bit less stable and just trying to be smooth with it instead of throwing it as hard as maybe he would like to, and just got to get comfortable.
Yeah, which is not an easy thing to do when your back is the uncomfortable part. Whoa, big flare there from Eddie into the green. Everyone getting themselves a look at it so far. And this particular hole 13 is pretty short, Stockheiser, really not as much kind of hazard and OB in play. It's more early in the hole, which you have to hit early. You have to throw a shank to really get into play.
A lot of players end up over on this left side here because you're trying to kind of hyzer in front of a tree on the right side, and this green gets pretty fast because you're throwing it pretty high, and for some reason, nothing sticks on the ground here. And we're just
too high
not quite seeing the birdies on this one. See if Trevon can knock one down. There we go.
Trevon may be getting his train going there. He's a little slow start for him off the turn here into the back 10. Gonna move our way over here on hole 14, 364. We're headed back towards the creek. We kind of go back and forth a little bit here in the field. And of course, if you see long grass, it's hazard.
Except on this hole.
Except on this hole.
Well, it is until you get to here.
To the
this
last
long
patch.
grass is not hazard.
Right.
The long grass right off the tee, which I hope no one's going into.
That's there for me, a guy like me who has no forehand. That's the danger for it, right?
Well, you had caddy duties.
I not this round.
No?
No, not this round.
Okay.
I was
Great
managing.
forehand there.
Yeah,
This
that's
is-
fantastic. That's kind of the shot I expected from Trevon even earlier in the round. I was expecting that kind
This
of
is
pop
in
up.
danger of going OB right.
Sees a sit, and it's
it does.
not going to in time. Is that Tony over there? Looks like Tony Morrow. We have Elijah now going backhand.
And looks like it's flexing out okay. Should it get back in bounds? Does he have the right distance? And he does.
What a touch. Especially as you mentioned, if he's been on Gateway for a week, he's really had to probably put in some work to get that feel back.
Mm-hmm. And this one is absolutely OB. I just turned it over too much and did not have the stability to come back.
And if I'm keeping track, I think that's Kevin's third.
Ooh,
Oh my. Okay, that's one way to get a par here.
that's very impressive. If he misses that putt, he's going OB again
Oh,
and
yeah.
taking a 5.
But yeah, but I think that's Kevin's third OB or hazard stroke. Yeah, and you can see it's
That's
just,
tough.
yeah. And on the green, it looks like it's what's impacting him the most right now. All right, we got 2 in a row from Trevon. He's back in the groove of things. Elijah, get himself back in the birdie. He's going back and forth.
2 birdies is pretty good on this hole.
Agreed.
It's about what you'd expect for a pretty good card.
On this hole, though, hole 15, double Mando, yes?
Double Mando, got to go inside between these 2 trees here. And once again, we have hazard all long grass. So about 10 feet right of the basket
It's
is hazard.
very
so
close. You
play it
want
a little bit
finish,
left.
Yeah, I was going to say left. So it probably backhands from our players, something
Yep.
more stable on a putter, trying to keep it over there. Okay, I'm wrong. Forehand from Trevon.
Yeah. He's doing everything that we would expect, right? And yeah,
This is such a good result.
I mean, that's fantastic.
I mean, it's such a, I guess it's just like related to what you feel most comfortable with. If you understand your game really well and you know what works and what doesn't, you're just going to do what you know you find success with. And Trevon's,
Oh, that's a really good shot there.
Can throw-
Really,
that's a great,
really trusted that over the hazard. I didn't.
what are you throwing over the hazard here?
I'm throwing a cash, something
Okay.
pretty overstable, kind of erring to the left side there, like Eddie did.
And it's, you know, you saying 10 feet, I think even right up at the basket, it's even closer.
It might be.
If you go left, and let's say you go to circle's edge, you just have a death putt. You're
Yeah,
putting
absolutely.
at the hazard, so you have to feel confident with your putter. But, I mean,
No.
whoa. For a guy that's been struggling with his putter today, like, that's just rude to take away that birdie.
Oh, and I wonder how much of the OB was kind of in Trevon's head there that caused him to not quite commit to that.
Birdie there from Kevin. He's going to erase one of those bogeys he took. And Elijah with the easiest birdie, I'm going to say, on the hole for the day.
Yeah, what a good shot. And again, I'm just really impressed with how committed he was over the hazard.
Okay, we got some more hazard here. Hole 16, 330. It kind of goes down into a little basin. I would say more players are going to look to throw a backhand in front of these last 2 trees and kind of land in the basin. Can you go forehand the other way, or is that first tree too close?
I saw a couple people doing it. I never really looked at it in practice because the backhand seemed so obvious, but there were a few people throwing it. You do got to have some distance, though, because you got to swing it pretty wide.
And that's well done by Elijah again, is he's just continuing to roll. Looks like he's going to move on to 10, and he'll have 3 holes even after that to get bonus birdies at this point. So if he keeps running at this level, he's going to be setting maybe even better pace than what you mentioned. He might be able to get to 13 here.
Yeah, and really good right now for Elijah. He's feeling good about not having any OB or hazard to worry about.
Right.
And that really changes the game. We saw, Eddie getting kind of close, just not quite having it. Obviously, Kevin's got his struggles right now. But to not be worrying about the OB is a big deal out here.
Mm-hmm. Being close enough to not have that element.
He's never really been close to it.
Yeah, he's been in great spots. Great comeback putt there for Eddie, and just after the initial spit through on the previous hole. But Elijah, 3 in a row, 5 down on the back 9 right now, and he is cruising. And we have some very scoreable holes here on the back 9, but I would say we have a little added OB and hazards here. Mm-hmm. This being one of them, I think you go either way. The drone's going to take the right side. At 291, you can just kind of spike it over everything if you have that power. You can do the same thing forehand as well. I would mention that these last 2 trees, though, if you happen to hit into them, you can stay in the hazard if it gets knocked down backwards at all. So you got to make sure it carries far enough. There is OB as well, of course, on the sidewalk, deep of the basket. You have to be. Or you could just throw it up the gut.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to play this hole. The up the gut is the most direct route, obviously, but if you pull it a little bit right, then you're almost certainly going to be in that hazard.
I'd almost prefer to go over the top anyway because it feels just safer, even if I...
Yeah.
I want to do that right there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably only a couple feet away from the hazard.
Sure. Yeah, the hazard's maybe 15 feet behind the basket?
Yeah, it's super close.
I think this is inside. It's going to be a little left.
Oh, not a friendly kick either. I think he had a drier patch, or maybe where the pine needles are. See if Kevin can get into... I like the commitment wide. Good swing.
Now, does it sit?
It's gonna be short of the sidewalk, but there is, you can see the orange line left of Eddie there. There is a hazard patch of long grass. And Eddie unable to convert that birdie putt. Elijah for 4 in a row. Oh, he thought he had it too. Kind of dipped at the very end there. Kevin to save a par.
There it is.
Making the adjustment there. Gets a good par save. Elijah for the par as well. Trevon's going to get that birdie and pull himself within 1 stroke of Elijah.
Yeah, at this point, I think, Elijah's feeling pretty good about his round. He knows he's missed a couple, but he's feeling solid. And Trevon pretty close behind him. We saw him miss a putt on, a couple holes ago, so he could be right there with Elijah. So got some good play going.
Hole 18 here, 301. Most of this hazard is on the left, except for this. Is this...
Yeah, this is hazard on the right.
Yeah, so right up by the basket, you have a patch on the right, but everything early is on the left side. So if you go forehand, you need to make sure you're missing leftish. I'm not surprised to see a backhand from Trevon here, kind of pushing past the early hazard and then try to, if it skips left, give yourself a...
Yeah, he's going to try to, I think, hopefully skip through the hazard and just park it. Yeah, that's great. But, that's 3 feet from the hazard?
Yeah, it's so close.
This is a little more inside. Does it get past the tree? And that... okay.
That started going towards the hazard there after the roll, but it's going to land up just short of it. Whoa.
I like the commitment.
There it is.
That was a little more inside, too, than I thought. Good shot.
And if you've never played with Kevin, he's very fast. No edits required.
Yeah, that is not him being upset. I mean, he's upset about being hurt right now, but that is
normal
Kevin.
I was able to bring a new cameraman for the channel. We've been working with David this year, and brought him for the first time ever. And I almost forgot to mention Kevin. Don't do it to him. That's hazard, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Ooh, insult to injury. But I almost didn't tell him about Kevin before hole 1. And I last second, I was like, oh, by the way, he's the fastest person you're going to film this year. So you need to be ready to film him. And he's like, okay. And I walked with him for the first 3 holes, and he looked at me and went, he's really fast.
Yeah. Yeah, get off the tee pad. I'm ready to throw.
Kind of like a hole 18 at River City Open. Only that's Kevin's normal pace.
Yeah.
We get an extra hole, 648, hole 19. First tee shot here. You just want to push it as far as you can into this initial kind of opening pass.
And this long grass is not hazard.
Correct. And I think that's a good decision because that'd be a little unfair.
Yeah.
However, all the long grass right by the basket
is.
Yeah.
And look at that green you got to work with. Plenty of space, good 20 feet on either side, up on a mound. So, yeah.
It's a little crazy to say that, you have plenty of space kind of compared to the last few holes you've had, which have all been within
it's pretty wide.
A few feet.
Is this going to hook up?
Over the OB, right?
It is. I don't know if he was trying to go that far right. I think he was trying to throw it higher. At least I'm guessing that's what he was trying to do.
We didn't get a graphic that he's hazard, so he might be in bounds. We'll have to see when we get over there.
This looks good. Maybe a little bit left, but gets past that pine tree, so he's got a clear swing.
Here's Elijah now. Inside left?
No, this is perfect.
Oh, really?
I think so. He's got so much distance on this that... What?
OB deep and left.
Oh. I didn't really think that was in play. He pushed that right side, I thought, pretty good, but, man, he just had so much power on that. I'm amazed to see it go that far over.
Okay, so we see Kevin here. That makes me wonder where Trevon landed.
Short. Did he go? No, he must have hit that tree.
That's the tree he hit. He must have come. Oh wow, what a break! Because that's
Andy's
OB.
Going for the green.
Oh
wow,
my goodness! I mean that sidewalk's OB, right?
Yeah, that sidewalk's OB. You've got hazard and all the long grass.
Jeez, what a break!
Very aggressive shot to go for that and well executed.
Got a jamming in the background with someone in the parking lot. Kevin from an E. Giving the forehand. This looks really nice.
Shot, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Be good to finish his round with the birdie.
So this is to try to save a par now for Elijah, but up and down. He's got to stay clean. And that's a little short.
Yeah, that's a tester putt for your last putt of the round.
And you're putting downhill, which means you're going to go towards that hazard patch. If you don't do it. I shouldn't have said that. That's my bad.
Wow.
And it feels like, he's had a pretty solid back 9, 3 down. He's stayed clean up until this point. Feels like if his putter was a little more in line, he'd be right in that mix of 8 down, I would say, too. And it's like that OB has come up and, showed us exactly what it can do to a score, right, if you're not staying super clean.
Yeah, and he's been, just a little bit off, and especially at this course where there's a lot of danger, you get punished for one missing your shot, and then also you've got the hazard, so you get an extra stroke.
Right.
You get a couple of those and you get yourself a double bogey. So tough finish there for Eddie, but really good round from Elijah. Saved it on the last hole there. Finishes with a 10 down.
Trevon at 11, getting 1 stroke on that, and they're going to be right there in leading the pack. And a couple Michigan boys.
Hey, we're coming up.
That's right, trying to move up that top 10. I'd love to see a Michigan versus Indiana tournament. Just saying, just market it that way. I'd show up. I will.
I'm down. Let's do it.
And we got a special surprise as well. I'm going to step off of the mic here, moving forward to rounds 2 and 3. We're going to have Frank Smith, who's also at this event, step in as an expert voice. And so we're looking forward to seeing everyone and you guys doing some more commentary in round 2.
All right, we'll see you guys for round 2.